Hello everyone from a not so sunny Reading today, hence the lack of filming in the garden. I hope you have been enjoying the video so far. I mean, I've personally been enjoying doing them and running my tests at home. Today we're going to be doing a quick and fun experiment to allow you to understand how both taste and aroma work together to give you flavour. And we are going to be doing this by using a sweet, such as I've got a Starburst here, but you could also be using fruit pastels, fruitellas, jelly beans, jelly babies for example. If you don't have any of those, you could be using flavoured still water or squash. Head over to the PDF link in the video description to give you an idea of what you can use. So stick out your tongue, or do this the next time you're in front of a mirror, or if you've got someone doing the test with you now, you can stick out your tongue and get them to have a look at the bumps on your tongue. Now these bumps on your tongue are called papillae, which have around 6,000 taste buds. 6,000 taste buds located within them. These are found at the back and at the side and at the front of your tongue, and taste receptors are found in these taste buds, allowing you to taste sweet, salty, sour, bitter and umami. And if you go back to our video on sensory science where we did the triangle test, you can get this recap of the 5 basic tastes. But you might be wondering, if we've all got these bumps on our tongues containing the taste buds, why does everyone not taste the same? So the amount of papillae people have are very different, and the more you have, the more likely you are to be a super taster. And some people have very few, which makes them what we call a non-taster. We're going to be doing more of this on another video where you can use blue food colouring to work out how many papillae are on your tongue to see whether or not you are a super taster. So you might be wondering, if we can only sense the 5 tastes on our tongue, so the sweet, salty, sour, bitter and umami, how do we generate so many different flavours? Well, that is down to our nose, because our nose can sense thousands of different smells, and this is how we can then describe flavours such as chocolatey, orange, milky. When we smell food, we're smelling the aroma, which can either make us want to eat something or not want to eat something. And perhaps you can think about a time when you smelt something which you really didn't want to eat, and that's for me when I smell something like blue cheese and I really don't want to eat it. For me, it does not smell very appealing. Or did you smell something that was really inviting, maybe a freshly baked cake from the oven or melting chocolate on the stove? But when we talk about flavour, we're talking about the aroma that is released when we eat that food. We're going to go on to more of that later, but first of all, we've got the fun part of our experiment. So on to the activity, and get your sweets at the ready. Here's the fun bit. Now you'll need someone to help you with this one, because we need you to close your eyes and get your partner or whoever's doing the video with you to hand you a sweet, and that's so you can't see which flavour it is. They need to hand you a sweet just like this. So if I had my eyes closed, they'd give me this, I'd need to unwrap it, and I'd need to pinch my nose and put the sweet in my mouth. And then I want you to chew the sweet with your nose pinched and try to guess what flavour your sweet is. And before you finish swallowing, I want you to let go of your nose, take in a breath, and then try to guess the flavour again. And did you spot anything different when this happened? Did you find it easier when you let go of your nose? And I want you to check with your partner to see if you got it right, and swap around, and then you give them the sweet. And do that until everyone has had the sweets. So what could you taste when you had the sweet in your mouth with your nose pinched? Did you think it was harder to guess the flavour when you had your nose held? I want you to pause the video, run your experiment, and then have a discussion as to whether you got it right or not and why you think that might be. So now that you've done the fun bit, let's discuss what actually is going on. What is the science behind this? So I don't know about you, but when I had mine in my mouth, I found it really difficult to guess the flavour when I had my nose held. But when I let go of my nose, I felt all of the flavour come rushing into my mouth. And that's because when your nose is held, you are only able to taste. You're only able to use your tongue. So you may have received some sweetness, some acidity, as they are the two main tastes in these sweets, but you probably didn't get much flavour at all. And you might have found it easier if you had the green Starburst, because the lemon and lime ones are slightly more acidic, so you might have been getting more of that acidity on your tongue. But the reason why you didn't get much flavour, and you maybe weren't able to guess the flavour with your nose held, is because you're blocking both your orthonasal and your retronasal olfactory systems. And you're probably thinking, I don't understand what you're saying. We're going to go on to that in just a minute. You've probably noticed this as well when you've had a cold. So if your nose is blocked, then you may struggle to get the full flavour of your food. I'm going to go on to why this is in more detail just now. So firstly, your retronasal olfactory system. So this is when odour molecules are in your mouth and they're transported to the back of the throat. And then they're transported to your olfactory bulb, which is in your brain. However, when we hold our nose, we're blocking the airflow, which means that when we release our nose, we're allowing this airflow, so the odour molecules are rushed to the back of the throat and to the brain, allowing us to perceive the particular aroma. Onto the orthonasal olfactory system. So we're also blocking that when we hold our nose, because the orthonasal olfactory system is when volatile molecules go through our nostrils, through our nose, and they're also detected by this olfactory bulb in our brain. And again, of course, this is blocked when we pinch our nose because the odour molecules can't go through our nostrils. So these volatile molecules, these gases, can be found when we open a packet of crisps, or indeed when we sniff any of our foods. And when our brain can detect odour, it helps us to identify what the smell is. It increases the gastric juices in our stomach in anticipation of digestion, and also allows us to give an emotional response to that smell. So do we like it or do we dislike it? And as soon as we let go of our nose, these volatiles can travel to the brain to be detected, and we get the full sense of smell. So the reason why we can't often guess the flavour of our sweet with our nose held is because we require both taste and aroma for the full flavour. And when we have our nose held, we're blocking off that aroma and we're only getting taste, which actually only is quite a minor part of our full sensory system, because as I explained before, with taste we've only got those 5 basic tastes, yet we can actually perceive so many more flavours than those 5 basic tastes. So we need to have our nose in working order to get the aroma, so we can get the full flavour, which is made up of both taste and aroma. So I hope you enjoyed this one, and we'll be back with another video very soon. Bye everyone.